Hello. Welcome back to another video. Today we're reacting to some Rev, the lovely Rev, and they catered to the modern audience and found out. Let's get into it.
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So today we're going to be looking at some more appeals to the modern audience that end up backfiring for the studios who made those statements. We're going to be looking at some updates regarding Star Wars Outlaws and the continued failure of that project. But we're going to start with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. So this is a game that has, a weird reputation because it's one that is positive in many aspects but negative in many aspects regarding the reputation of this game and all the companies involved with its production. Now, if you see the reviews on Steam here, they're very positive. Overall, the people who have actually gone out and purchased this game, they seem to be having a very good time. However, the numbers are quite disappointing. So you can see the live player count right now, about 7,000 players. The all-time peak happening on release with 12,000. Again, if this was some indie game, that'd be great.
I'll be real, I didn't even know they made an Indiana Jones game until I saw it on my Steam
clearly cost a lot of money. The majority of the game is cutscenes. It's practically a movie. So yes, there was a big budget. This isn't going to cut it. So what happened with this game? A lot of people said it was woke. A lot of people said that it was just a bad game. Some people said it's a really good game. So what's going on? Well, this tweet would get a lot of interaction here, asking the simple series of questions. Well-known IP, probably one of the most graphically advanced games right now, almost forgotten in 1 week. What went wrong? Well, I think there's a lot of things here that happened that are really unfortunate. The game itself, like I said, sounds like a lot of people really enjoyed it if they actually gave it a try. However, the issue is a lot of people are not going to give this a try for several reasons. Number one, this IP is really damaged right now, okay? The Indiana Jones IP is damaged as a result of the previous two movies flopping. I mean, you have Crystal Skull that did really bad, then you wait 15 years later.
I personally liked Crystal Skull,
and that absolutely flopped. And a lot of people thought literally this was just a pathetic cash grab. They literally wheeled Harrison
Ford. The whole alien shit was pretty weird.
Cash grab that ironically would end up flopping and costing Disney between $100 to $200 million, according to some estimates. So the IPs surrounding this are pretty damaged to begin with. But the other big criticism involving this game is that it just wasn't promoted, like, at all. So a lot of people,
I didn't see any
Indiana
promotions
Jones
for that
fans
shit.
weren't aware of this game's production and were surprised when it finally went live on December 9th. There was just not a lot of advertising put into this game, and I think that's very clear. And for a personal anecdote here to add on to this, again, the game released on December 9th. I'd actually taken a trip to Disney about 2 weeks prior to that release, and I was cognizant of this lack of advertising. I was kind of looking around, and at one point,
it's like they tried to sweep this game under the rug. Not gonna lie.
2x2 advertisement for this game on top of the inside of a bus next to like 20 other ads that people awkwardly stare at because they don't want to look at the person in front of them. That was the only thing I saw. In fact, I went to the Indiana Jones stunt show, which is a max capacity type event to this day, even though it's an older show. Hundreds, if not thousands of people attend that show, and there wasn't one reference or advertisement to this game. That's, again, 2 weeks before the release
not
of
advertising
this
the
major title.
game.
And, I'm not asking for anything crazy. I'm not saying, like, the stuntman should have swapped out the golden idol with a copy of the game and then turned to the audience and said, hey, you guys better get ready for the release in 2 weeks. But again, outside the theater, there's no advertisements, there's no special
that would have been
nothing to promote this game.
What he just suggested would have been a really good way to promote, not gonna lie.
And a golden opportunity. So clearly, the marketing for this just wasn't very good. Now, one of the other big issues that this game has faced is a label of being woke. Okay, for many months, people dismissed this as a woke game appealing to the modern audience. And it's thanks to a very small section, literally seconds of this video, the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle gameplay showcase and overview from Xbox Direct 2024.
Behind Wolfenstein, the New Colossus, and Wolfenstein 2,
right here,
New Colossus,
really killed the reputation of this game at the time. Just listen to this.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story for a modern gaming audience.
So there you have a scene.
Oh god, dude. You have someone who looks like this with a shirt like this, and then they say a story for the modern gaming audience. Yeah, that's That's a way to just dig your own grave and shoot yourself in the head while you're at it.
Narrative advisor there saying that this game is an appeal to the modern audience. And you can see this is the most played part of the video.
Shit, it is.
And just, it looks silly, right? Like this just looks like something that is leading towards a woke product. And a lot of people saw this and said, yup, I'm just dismissing this game. I'm not giving it a shot. No matter
I agree.
what.
I would have done the exact same shit.
The magic phrase.
I hear that and I'm like,
audience,
okay, I'm not even
people
gonna bother.
just tune out, and for good reason. Now, this is a problem that was escalated because there was no advertising for this game. So for a lot of gamers, this right here, seeing memes about this on social media or seeing this video itself, this right here was their first and only impression of this game until release.
That's a game
not good.
Right there.
So it's compounding the problem with the lack of advertising, and then the only real look people
lack of advertising and shitty messaging.
Not want to give this a chance. And again, you look at the IPs attached, Indiana Jones, Disney, a lot of people just don't trust these products. However, a lot of people, when they saw the initial reviews of Indiana Jones, they tried to flip the script here in probably one of the worst age tweets. Bro deserves some massive apologies. 80,000 likes. And he's basing this off the fact that a day before release, all of the reviews for Indiana Jones and The Great Circle were extremely positive. And that's another issue too. They waited. They had a very long embargo on reviews for this game right up until days before release. They all come out very positive, but it's a little too late at that point.
I will say though,
some people thought, well,
like a lot of these fucking critics that give these games high ratings, they have given a lot of fucking modern day slop these 9 and 10s and 4.5 out of 5s to a lot of these shitty fucking games. So if I saw that, I probably would be like, oh crap, it's probably filled with more woke messaging. That's just me though.
It's got the reviews, it's going to do well. Well, it didn't. And we kind of see what's going on with this game generally. The numbers are definitely disappointing, and there's a lot to blame here. The damage to the IP, the damage to the reputation of this game, it's all very traceable. But also, before we move on to the next topic here, can we stop with these trigger warnings for Disney products? They had to basically do a trigger warning saying that they disavow all of the certain types of imagery, because YouTube might nuke you for saying these words.
Modern day Disney, sure. Classic Walt Disney? I don't know about that one.
Words. Do we really have to do this? Is the modern audience so stupid that they have to be told that they don't actually support the behaviors of that group in the game? Like, are we that dumb as people that you have to do it? It's so pandering and stupid. But anyways, let's go on to another comparison point right now, and that is Star Wars Outlaws. Again, another extremely successful and profitable
this
IP
is Star Wars Outlaws?
Major AAA release. And it's
Star Wars Outlaws was the second iteration of that one Star Wars game
somewhat recently, but again,
a little bit ago.
Initial release was only a few months ago. 1,300 in-game players for this game. And we know, too, that according to sources, that this game sold 1 million copies in its first month, which is a major, major disappointment. They have to sell many more millions just to break even based on industry standards. So this is a really bad look. And right now, you can see, since its release a month ago on Steam, nothing. It's just slowly dying out. There's really no interest here. And this
it's funny because if you probably look at Baldur's Gate 3, you probably still see some pretty good
around this image. So some of the devs who worked on Outlaws, they admit that so few players have interest in this game that nobody, not a single player, not out of the millions who tried, unlocked a specific mount from competing or completing some of the mini games from Outlaws. Not a single person. Nobody. That is the modern audience in a nutshell. They didn't show up, and the ones who did, they didn't even really care that much. They didn't even go that deep into the game that literally the devs have to come out and say, hey guys, there's this secret mount. You just got to do some basic tasks in game that you were kind of supposed to do anyways. Good luck finding it. Hope you can crack the secret now. It's just a very pathetic point for that.
Yeah, that's pathetic. You took the words out of my mouth.
I've seen this image fly around too, where people are comparing Indiana Jones and the Great Circle to Miside. I think that's how you pronounce it. I might be wrong. But they're comparing this game, obviously, Indiana Jones, beloved IP, a massive budget, to this indie Japanese game that is absolutely crushing Indiana Jones right now. And I think it's just kind of funny to see something so simple, a simple game like that.
Oh my god, it's only rising.
An IP that is that successful and it has that much history and support. This is the Miside current player count right now, 13,000, nearly double Indiana Jones right now, and their all-time peak is at 23,000. And you can see the climb. They're only increasing every single day as opposed to Indiana Jones or Star Wars Outlaws that is decreasing every single day. This is a very weird scenario where you look at what Twitter is saying about things. You know, we have the intergalactic.
I hate you and hope you die. America, and I'm assuming this is Europe or the UN or the EU. And then it's like, I love sexy, cute, and pretty women. Yes. Yes.
Galactic and Witcher 4,
China,
Concord-related drama about character designs. And people defending those are so angry about people saying, I just like these cute, pretty characters. So and really, ugly, that's kind of what's on the face of Miside, right? Just like any other anime-styled game. That's kind of the allure that gets them in the first place.
Polygon PS fucking 1 Tomb Raider looks better than these fucking garbage-ass characters that they're making. They made her the banner? Oh my god, you guys are so out of touch with your audience.
It's going to be a challenge. Ever since the unveiling of the trailer and the first peek at the main protagonist here, this game has been facing a really rough road. In fact, another comparison point, people are comparing Intergalactic.
She literally looks like a fucking dude I knew in middle school. Exact same buzz cut, facial structure, and eyes and everything, dude. It's fucking wild.
Tactics trailer to Concord.
They just made her look like a man.
Yes, it's a little bit of a unfair comparison. Obviously, the number of dislikes versus likes is just completely different. So, like, obviously, Concord has 8,500 likes on their trailer. Intergalactic has 95,000, but the ratio of dislikes comparatively is pretty insane. They're not going to be the next Concord, that's for sure. Intergalactic will do some decent number of sales just because it's a Naughty Dog product, but it's not going to do what it could have if it made a different choice of main protagonist. You don't have to trust me on that.
Cabrutus, we were just talking about him in the Hero Hate video.
Like people like Asmongold and others. There's just not a big market for like muscular, masculine-looking female leads, especially for genres that have supporters that don't really look for that sort of...
No, but Rev, don't you get it? We're misogynists for not liking that shit, according to these woke journalists and these woke-ass companies. We're misogynists. Misogynists, dude.
Choice of main character.
If you don't like fugly ass female characters, you're a misogynist.
They just don't have a pulse.
It's not like you're the one staring at the fucking character throughout the entire game, so you want something visually appealing for the eyes. No, it can't be that. It's because you're a misogynist.
But times have changed. People are rejecting this woke slop. And again, they kind of shot themselves in the foot with this choice of MC, and now we just kind of have to wait and see what happens with Intergalactic, because that's definitely going to be a conversation moving forward in the coming months. But for now, that is some of the updates regarding the modern audience and the appeals to that modern audience that just don't pan out, because that modern audience just doesn't show up. And when they
nearly 3 times the dislikes,
they're just not that interested in what they're playing. And the proof of that is Star Wars Outlaws, as well as the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle game. But anyways, that's going to do it for this video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topic.
Yeah, oh my god, dude, I don't get it, dude. I don't fucking get it. They literally shoot themselves in the foot with this shit, and then they're like, why is my foot bleeding? Like, oh, gee, like, why is there a bullet wound in my foot? As they're holding the gun, it's smoking, and there's fucking gunpowder residue in their hands and on their foot. Like, it's so dumb, dude. It's so dumb. I don't get it. Like, whatever happened to just making good fucking video games, dude? Not having to insert some weird political fucking agenda or some real world issues. Like, holy shit, man. It's so dumb. Like, I fucking hate it. It's such a turnoff from playing fucking video games too, man. It's like, it's fucking why I stick to the exact same 3 fucking games of fucking Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and whatever fucking Soulsborne comes out where the fucking characters don't talk for shit and you can cover their faces up with a mask if you can't like create the character yourself. Like fucking shit, what's it called? Baldur's Gate 3 is like another one that I keep going back to as well. And that's a really good fucking game and it has pretty fucking woke shit in it too. And it's like that game had woke stuff in it and it did fucking amazing because it's not shoving it down your throat. And you have games like fucking Dragon Age Veilguard that like force that shit down your throat and you can't even get rid of the fucking companions. At least in Baldur's Gate 3, if you don't vibe with them, you can either leave them to die or just send them to the camp and do a solo run of the game. Anyways, I digress. Let me know what y'all think. Like, comment, and subscribe. All that YouTube jazzamus. And I'll catch y'all in the next one. Later.